When seated in my old armchair, I dream of days gone by, and think of scenes beyond compare, those days at old Lehigh.
So this evening, you guys are wearing your great Hawk's Nest t-shirt with your flag on the sleeve.
This is the 61st year that we've done this event. 23 years ago, I was sitting in the crowd as a first-year student at my freshman rally. And everyone who attended a rally in their lives as an alum will go back and tell you they remember the day in their rally and who spoke and what they said. It's a big deal.
You know what happens when you put 61 and 11 together? You share the one. We'll be known as 611. For 61, it's only fitting that I bring up Joe King to give Megan a special award while we give her the flag, and that is we want her to have one of our dinks. Those of you who don't know Joe, you'll probably see him because his car only has one thing when he turns on the ignition. It comes from Manchester, Connecticut down to Lehigh. They've checked him out, and his veins are white, his blood is brown. Thanks a lot.
Oh, Lehigh will shine tonight, Lehigh will shine. Lehigh will shine tonight, Lehigh will shine tonight. Oh, Lehigh will shine tonight, Lehigh will shine. When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, Lehigh will shine.
The biggest untapped resource this country has is the brain power of kids who don't have the money to go to college. And for them not to have us as a nation take full advantage of their brains just makes no sense at all. So I would rather have Lehigh hand out my money after I die to kids that need it.
I think it's important to give back to the Lehigh community because I've gotten so much from my education here, and by raising funds and helping to unify the senior class, I'm helping to create that opportunity for another student in the future. I probably will come back a lot. Even though I'll be far away, whenever I'm home, I'll probably try and make an effort to come back and follow up on everything that's going on here and stay involved. There's a lot of people that I've met here throughout my 4 years that have made a lasting impression on my life, and I expect to continue strong friendships with them in the years to come.
Well, being in the Glee Club. That was my favorite part about being at Lehigh. We went there for the dedication. I got to see Boss Cutler again. And as a matter of fact, I was so impressed because as I was walking through the line to congratulate him, he hadn't seen me for over 30 years. And as I walked, he said, "Hey, Joe Solari, you still got that tenor voice?" Got involved with the class of '61. Joe King, who just passed away, he was the reason I came back to get my fraternity reinstated, because I was sitting there and I was so disappointed that Pi Kappa Alpha was suspended. And he said to me, "Joe, they got the best chance of being reinstated." So I did what I had to do, and we all got together, and sure enough, they're back. And if it weren't for Joe King, none of it would have happened.
Where the Lehigh's rocky rapids rush from out the west, middle grove of spreading chestnuts, walls in ivy dressed. On the breast of oaks of mountain
My favorite part about Lehigh, I guess I would tell you it was the people that I met here, the professors that I interacted with, and my involvement in student government and leadership things on campus. I'm involved today because of students like you and the other students that I meet when we have things and events on campus, etc. You can see what kind of student Lehigh is. The other side of it is I came here on a scholarship, and part of my feeling is I wouldn't have had a chance to come here. I came from a little coal mining town. I wouldn't have had a chance to come here if someone hadn't helped me. And part of my feeling is I want to help, I want to give back and help people. Scholarship funds enable students who otherwise could not attend Lehigh to come here and make a real contribution and leave and make a contribution either in the world or in Africa or somewhere else that otherwise they wouldn't have the chance. And Lehigh nurtures and grows students, and they have a commitment to service.
I've really enjoyed these last 4 years at Lehigh, and I just can't imagine life without Lehigh right now. Most of my friends are staying on the East Coast, so I will definitely be back for all the Young Alumni reunions, Lehigh Loft, all the events that I've loved so much. Lehigh has given me so much. Without other people's generosity, I wouldn't have been able to be here, so I think it's really important that I give back. Other students will have the opportunity to experience what I did and everything that is Lehigh.
So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bail.
I had kind of hoped that this Kingston trio that's playing for us now would be good like they were. I believe that they are an absolute gold standard replica of what we enjoyed so much 50 years ago.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong?
I believe in young people. They're the tool of the planet. They're going to make or break the world. And Lehigh is so unique in that we attract a certain individual who wants to be in a smaller group and excel. And I think you find it with your own experience on campus. I found it when I was here. I thought I met a very upscale group of people who were ambitious and had good integrity. And I think I still see that in Lehigh. The fact of the matter is there are a lot of wonderful brains out there that don't have a lot of bucks behind them. And you put them in this environment, and a few years later they're going to have the bucks behind them. And it's a very simple thing. 50 years ago, some guy I never met put a lot of money into Lehigh so that I could come here for a lot less money than it cost. And somebody did the same thing for you guys, and somebody else has to do it in the future if we're going to have the Lehigh that we want to have. So it's just a matter of a future.
I mean, the class of 1961 has been by far the best adopting class that Lehigh has seen. They are awesome, and they are going to help us raise extra money for this scholarship. If we do get 611 participants, then they will donate an additional $10,000 to our scholarship. I'm excited to kind of go off and pursue my goals, but this has definitely been the best 4 years of my life, and I'm going to be very emotional in May. I may be leaving Lehigh, but I'm not leaving Lehigh behind.
One of the most enjoyable parts of my job is to meet with alumni. And when I talk to them, I'm always impressed by the transformative experiences they had while they were at Lehigh. You look at their successful lives and they talk about how those successes came partly from the interactions they had with faculty, staff, and their fellow students during their time at Lehigh. They recognize the importance of that, and they recognize the importance to give back to Lehigh. As you're preparing to graduate, I'm sure you're reflecting back on some of the great experiences you've had in your last 3 years here. I hope that while you think back on those memories, you also think about the future. You have an opportunity to start by giving to your senior class gift. And I know that your gift will only be the start of a lifetime of a relationship with Lehigh University.